I think we should call the next candidate. Right? Yeah. Yes,
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. May I sit down?
Absolutely. Please have a seat.
So hello, my name is Shreyan Janan. I am from the Queen's University and I'm here to apply for the project supervisor position for the great company GN Distributing. Now today I want to talk to you about operations and routine security checks, the safety precautions we have to take in our business, and also how we're supposed to maintain safety in the business. So operations is basically where everything in the business is done. In our business, it's the area. One of the areas is where we unload and load the boxes onto and off the truck. Another place of operation is inside the office where we do all the accounting and the financing. Now, safety and in the health is very important in the workplace because we want to make sure that no accidents or very little accidents happen to our employees. One way we can stop this from happening is to properly label all the chemicals which are dangerous. So if they're poisonous, then we'll label them with a skull and crossbones, so the employees know that to be careful when dealing with it, and they have to wear special gloves or should not be throwing or catching such items. Another way we can keep our place to maintain safety in the workplace is to try to keep things somewhat clean, so not a large buildup of dust or oil can come, causing asthma or any other kind of lung disease. And another thing we can do is write all procedures for safety inside the employee handbook, which we should give them on their first day there or here. Another very important part of operations is security. Now, security can be done in many ways. Some ways we can add security to the company is by putting cameras, so we can see and monitor what's going on. We can also observe employees while they're working, subtly obviously, from our workplace. And we should probably tag everything so we understand what the proper inventory is, so we know what we have, and when something's missing, we know exactly what's missing, and we can use security cameras to locate back to see who was checking it last. Now over here I have some graphs I would like to show you. This is a vicious cycle. It's a cycle which is never ending and can go on and forever. Also known as the dominoes effect, because one thing always affects the other. So over here on the operations, if we spent a little bit of money on security, you will see that we will see less things stolen or lost, and probably from this we'll be able to save a little more money from replacing it, and we'll be able to also spend a little more on the product for the customers, which will make the customers much more happy and they'll buy more. That way, you can look at it two ways. We can either save the money from not having to replace the items, or we can earn the money from getting better products to the customers. And from the money which is earned or saved, we can then use it again for the operations and put a little more security, and we can go on and on forever. Another thing I would like to show you is a PDCA, or the deeming cycle. Now the PDCA cycle stands for Plan, Do, Check, Act. It's a 4-method cycle which always keeps going on and on for improvement. So first we'll start planning. So one thing we can plan is getting a little more security and getting cameras for the company. Second, we'll do it. We'll add a few cameras in a few of the more hotspot areas, or most of the trucks go, and then we can check over the month, do we see less things stolen or less things taken? And if we do, then we'll spend a little more on security and do something else. For example, having more proper inventory checks and getting softwares for helping that. And if it doesn't, well, we'll go back and add a little more cameras to see where things are being stolen from. So in summary, I talked to you today about how operations is one of the most important branches for the company because it's where everything is done. Why safety is very important, because we want to keep the accidents in the workplace as less as we can, so the company has a better reputation. I talked about how safety can be maintained by cleaning up the area a little bit, or properly labeling dangerous chemicals. and I talk to you about the importance of security and how through like a vicious cycle, it can help us make a lot of money and we can spend a little more on security. Or through PDCA, how we can be able to maintain security and make sure the company improves a lot more. Do you have any questions about operations?
Yeah, definitely. That's very well done. Beyond demonstrating that we care about our employees' well-being, how do health and safety regulations benefit our company?
Well, like I said before, health and safety will make our company look much better to the public, as they'll understand and realize that we're not hurting our employees at all, and our employees are feeling much more happier. And when there's a happy employee, they will work much more efficiently and effectively, helping our whole business overall.
How can we make sure all employees are aware of safety regulations?
We can help them understand and be aware of all safety regulations by giving them an employee handbook, which we can give them on their first day on the job. And in the handbook, it'll outline all the important safety regulations and how to take care and prepare all the various things things like chemical mixing they have to do in the business. So today I want to thank you for your time, and I hope you can I can contact you later.
Thank you so
Have a good
much. Appreciate it.